It's barbecue season, so we're gonna make burgers, ice cream burgers with a donut bun and chicken. You loved my fried chicken ice cream, so I thought it'd be really fun to make the sandwich version. So let's ditch those supermarket ice cream sandwiches and let's make this instead. Okay, so we're going to start out by making the donuts, disguised as burger buns. In the bowl, I have all my dry ingredients, including the sugar and spices. Give this a rough mix and add this to your mixing bowl. You can make the dough by hand. I've shown you plenty of times how to do that. It's 100 degrees in my kitchen. I'm not ready for a workout today. Mix together warm milk, your egg, and yeast, and add this to your mixing bowl as well. Crank up the speed and let this mix on high for a good 3 minutes. If you're kneading the dough by hand, get yourself a towel and a protein shake. It's gonna be a workout. I'll leave more info in the description box and on my website. After 3 minutes, you're gonna add the melted butter. If you're making the dough by hand, you want to add that at the beginning along with the milk. Once the butter hits the dough, it may seem like it's about to split, but if you let these mingle for about a minute or two, they'll eventually come together. So be patient. You can't force friendship. It needs time. You're going to transfer your beautiful supple dough into a grease bowl. I like to grease my hands. It's just easier to give your dough a nice round shape. Give it a slap, cover with plastic wrap, and this needs to rise for a good 2 hours. Get yourself a snack. I promise you it's worth the wait. Fast forward, after 2 hours, we're ready to make some donuts, some burger buns. Normally, you would just roll out your dough, cut out some donuts, but because we want these to look like plump burger buns, we're gonna shape these into balls. Pinch the bottom, roll the bun, and you got right there a perfect little bun. Set your burger buns onto a baking sheet, line with some parchment paper, and get yourself another snack, because these need to rise again for another 30 minutes. Make sure you press these down well, cover with plastic wrap, and set aside to rise again. Now, I was torn between deep frying these and just baking these in the oven. Nothing beats a good deep fried donut, but because I wanted these to look like burger buns, I decided to bake these. Big mistake. If I were to make these again, I would just deep fry these. I'm honest with you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and toot my own horn when there's nothing to toot. Were these delicious? Of course they were. Could they have been better deep fried? Absolutely. So you're not going to egg wash these, and you're not going to add the sesame seeds, and you're not going to bake these in a preheated oven at 160 degrees Celsius for 18 minutes. But if you want to, of course you can. Do not overbake these though. Baked donuts have very little margin for error. If you overbake these, they'll turn rock hard, and we want supple, soft, beautiful donuts. Look at that tenderness. Little disclaimer, if you do choose to make deep fried donuts, there is a method to it. You can't just deep fry buns, okay? They're gonna turn out raw. You need to roll these out like regular donuts, cut them out with a cookie cutter, allow to rise, and then deep fry it. I'll leave more info on my website. I don't want to bore you. Okay, so back to the donut, baked donut bun. You're gonna set these to the side to cool, and we're gonna cut out some ice cream discs. I didn't show you how to make the ice cream in this video because it's the same recipe that we use for the chicken ice cream. Chicken ice cream? Yes, we made chicken ice cream. I'll leave the link in the description box. Obviously, you do need to make the ice cream the day before. Place your burgers onto a tray lined with some parchment paper, and you're not going to skewer these, okay? This is what happens when you want to develop a recipe on the spot and test it with you guys. Set these in the freezer for about an hour, and in the meantime, we're gonna make the ground beef. You'll need some chocolate, which we're going to melt with some coconut oil. Now, to get that beefy texture, we're gonna mix in some crushed Oreos and nuts, and this works perfectly. Not only did this look like ground beef, as you'll see, okay, but it was absolutely amazingly delicious. What's more amazing than chocolate and Oreos and nuts? What's that, nothing? I'm glad you agree. You're going to take one burger at a time out of the freezer and coat it in this mixture. Now, this is why you don't want to skewer your burger. It's too heavy. It's gonna break. It's not a small chicken tender. It's a big, juicy burger. So the best way to do this is to just use a fork. It's fast, it's easier, and more importantly, it does the job. You're going to do this for each burger and place it onto some parchment paper and back in the freezer for 10 minutes. The chocolate will harden completely and become matte. We want a juicy burger. So to give it that shine and that juice, we're gonna brush it with some caramel sauce. Now, this is where everything comes to life. Imagine vanilla ice cream with chocolate, Oreos, nuts, and caramel. That's a a delicious burger. So after 48 hours of filming, I was hungry and ready to dig in. Now, how amazing does this burger look? This was absolutely delicious. The only thing I would do differently is fry and glaze the buns. Besides that, though, this was truly an amazing and fun eating experience. I did also make a fried chicken ice cream sandwich for all the people who don't like burgers. Add some caramel sauce on the side, and that's right there what I call a true ice cream sandwich.